Hello and welcome to a chip off the old block toys. This is Jeff here, and today we are starting part 10 of the Daily Bugle mock. And let's see, let's go to the comment section. All right. Well, this is what I've got here. This week I did a lot of work off camera, and that's because I will be honest with you, I have not had time to plan the instructions like I needed to. I'm really busy right now with learning a new position at work. And by learning that new position means I'm working longer hours. And with working longer hours, well, that means less free time. So I'm winging it, I'll be honest. But I have had fun winging it. And let me show you what things I did this week. Most notably to me is this wall, because I wanted to have it, look like a wall. And I have worked in offices where there's windows high up enough that it lets some more light in, but yet it provides privacy because it's so far up. And that's exactly what this does. Also, let me turn this so you can see. Got quite the collection going on here. I've got filing cabinets here, and this guy's trying to hide two wine bottles here. He's got a trophy, and he likes to collect those rocks with the gems in them, or the crystals in them. And well, that's actually a she because it's a pink cup. And let's see, here on this side we've got filing cabinets with files on top. We've got one trophy, and we got a small globe of the world. Now, interesting thing about this, I didn't even know I had this piece. I told you guys about that 200 pounds that I bought of Lego from a guy who gets returns from Walmart and that kind of stuff. Anyway, in that 200 pounds, I sorted through and grabbed anything that was printed, and this was one of them. So I went ahead and included this in here. And it does have a small desk and a trash can in the corner. Here we've got the CEO's actual office. And, well, we know he's a CEO because, well, he's getting away with a lot that he probably shouldn't. And this is what oh boy, talk about fragile. What he's getting away with is he has an alcohol problem. And here you see the evidence here with all the empty bottles on the floor. And now this guy, he's got a bit of an ego, because this guy has a small globe, which made me think about putting the CEO a much larger globe. This came from me parting out several of the town halls way back in the day, the modular. And when those came out, I thought that was such a great piece that I didn't sell any of them. I held them all back. And so I've got probably about 20 or 30 of them still, because I've used some. That's why I don't know how many I have. Anyway, we've got another filing cabinet here in the break area, a vending machine, a water cooler, security desk, and a small waiting area. Now, the waiting area is very important here, because if you're sitting in this waiting area, either you're getting a promotion or you're getting fired. It's either one or the other. Anyway, or it could be their mistress or their rented date, if you know what I mean. Got to keep it YouTube friendly. I'm just joking around. All right. So, and we also have the elevators here with the buttons, and we have the fire escape. So I've done a lot this week. I'm going to go ahead and just start up probably by doing this wall right here, get this going. And then I am hoping that this level will be complete today. And good morning, Mrs. Chip. Thanks for being here. And I got to say, I have been putting out more videos this week. A lot more videos, in fact. Started doing about one a day. And I hope to be able to continue that trend. So let's see. And Mrs. Chip, if you can answer this question, can you hear me okay? So I'm going to actually interlock these walls. Right here I did by putting a little corner brick here. And that gave me the opportunity to, secure this wall so it's not so flimsy. This is still flimsy. There's not much I can do about it. There's not much here. There will be a plate going over this. And when it does, I will have it, make sure it crosses this to give it a little bit of strength. And also this wall here, I'm going to use a corner brick. I'm going to take this off. In fact, let me just go ahead and do that now, because I want to make sure that this is as strong as possible. This is going to be traveling to different shows, and I can't have it just fall apart on me when I put it in my truck and drive. So I do have to build it with that in mind. Well, anyway, I hope everyone's had a good week. Overall, I've had a good week. My friend Jim is home from the hospital, and he's recovering slowly. So that is probably the best news that I have. And in other news, my dad did not go to the hospital this week. That's the first week in a couple that he has not gone to the hospital. So I'm grateful for that. It was also my oldest granddaughter's birthday this week. And so I got to talk with her. And she told me that for her birthday, she wanted a Starbucks gift card. And I just don't, didn't realize what kind of a gift that is. I mean, it's kind of a weird one, right, for someone who's going to be turning 5. But I bought her the Starbucks gift card, and I found out that she really likes the pink drink. And so that's why she wanted the gift card. She wanted to be able to buy her own. So I did talk to her on her birthday. She did receive the card. She is happy with it. So that is what's happening there. Let's see. Also this week, and welcome to anybody who just came in. I saw a couple people come in, so hello to you, and thanks for coming in. Also this week, I took my truck in, because long story short, I have a Ford truck that has an issue with the lock. And the passenger side I've already had replaced. So what had happened was, I guess Ford decided to be a little cheap, or, I don't know, maybe my understanding is not right, but from what I understand, they decided to be a little cheap, and they didn't put a rubber seal around the lock. And so it allows water in, which has caused the lock over time to fail. Well, like I said, the passenger side, I only had the truck about 2 years. I've had it 7 years now. But when I had it about 2 years, that is when I was able to, and actually I'm going to change this up, sorry. Let's go with, when I had it about 2 years, let me finish my story because I get distracted. I had to have the lock replaced, and they did. No problems, no fuss, no muss. They just went ahead and said, okay, we'll replace it because we know it's an issue. Well, it's taken 7 years for the other one to finally fail. And when the driver's side failed, it failed very quickly compared to the other one. The other one, it took, I don't know, it slowly happened over months before it finally failed. This one, it started sticking, and before I knew it, it stuck for the last time and wouldn't lock or unlock unless you use the key, which is highly annoying. I like to use my keyless remote thing. Anyway, called up a dealership, and they said, yeah, we're covering it to 150,000 miles. Thank goodness, my truck is over 100,000 to warranty. And I went ahead and took it in. They looked at it and said, yep, this is the exact problem that we were trying to avoid, but it happened. So this is covered. Don't worry about it. All the parts, we'll bring it in. We would bring it in when we got the parts in. So, all right. So I'm just waiting on parts. And while I'm waiting on parts, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to think at the same time I'm telling you this story. While I'm waiting on the parts to come in, they looked at my brakes, and they kind of told me a lie. They said, oh, well, your brakes are really low and it's dangerous, and you need to get them replaced right away. So I'm like, okay, well, how much do you charge? Now, me asking that question is not me wanting to fix it. I've done so many dang brakes on so many different cars that there's no way I'm paying somebody to do it. But anyway, I asked for, well, lack of a better word, SH and giggles. And when I asked them, they said, oh, well, we charge $470. And I said, well, if it's so important to get it done in my head, I said, well, I'm just wondering, can you guys get to it today? And she goes, no, I'll tell you what, when we get the part for the door in, why don't you just bring it back and replace it then? So I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's not as bad as they said, obviously. So when I got it home yesterday, I threw off the wheels and I started looking at the brakes, and they're really not that bad. They do need to replace, but I probably got another 10, 15,000 miles out of them, even though they're kind of low. They're not extremely low. So, oh, I see. That's why. All right. Oh, that's right. That's why it did that. Okay. So I need to grab a piece. Well, actually, no, I don't. I'm just going to get this. I'll just use this. But I had a heck of a time getting the lug nuts off the truck. So get this, okay? Now, I have never had, well, I took off the wheels once, but I don't remember. I was at a shop, and I didn't use the lug nut wrench, and I was renting a shop on a military base. They have places where you can pay a couple of dollars, and you rent the bay for a couple hours. Anyway, long story short, I did that, and they had the tools there, and I don't remember what size lug nut wrench I used. So I went to my collection, and the largest I had was a 21. Okay, now it lines up. Okay. Largest I had was a 21 millimeter. And this was obviously just a little bit bigger than that, so it was a 22. I didn't have a 22 millimeter, so I went out to the truck and looked at the jack, thinking, okay, well, it comes with the jack, right? And it comes with the lug nut wrench. It should fit the truck. Boy, was I wrong. And it's a good thing I figured this out before I'm on the side of the highway, right? The lug nut wrench they gave me was a 21 as well, when clearly the truck takes a 22. So I was thinking, okay, well, let me go over to Napa Auto Parts just down the road, and we'll get it from them. Well, I get to Napa Auto Parts, and the largest lug nut they sell, unfortunately, was only a 21 as well. So I'm striking out, right? So I'm thinking, okay, where can I get one? I remembered that, and by the way, for those who don't know, I live in a small town of like 2,200 people. Hey, Richard, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. So in a small town of 2,200 people, you really don't have a whole lot here. And there is a hardware store. So I decided to try the hardware store and see if they had the piece that I was looking for. And because they do have some tools. Well, to my amazement, they actually do have the 22 millimeter socket. So I bought it, got it home, and I was able to get the wheels off and inspect the truck. And like I said, I do need brakes, just not as desperately as they were trying to make me believe I needed them. Of course, unfortunately, there's a lot of shops out there that'll do that to you, which is why I'm grateful that I know a thing or two about cars, and I don't normally take it in. I only took it in because this thing was supposed to be free. Hey, Greg, did you want to be on here? I sent you a invite earlier in the week, but if you don't still have it, I can run over and send you another one, but that's up to you, Greg. Okay, I'm gonna redo this. So yeah, the truck was fun this week. I'm gonna go ahead and buy brakes at some point this week, and then I'll probably have my brother-in-law help me out, even though he's only got one arm. Steve's an amazing guy. He gets more done with that one arm than most guys do with two. And hello, John, how you doing? Oh, you're planning. Okay, that's cool, Greg. I appreciate it though. So yeah, I'm gonna get that done this week because I don't want the brakes failing on me. And you guys might have remembered my story too about my lawnmower, my riding lawnmower. How I replaced the battery because the cold winter. Well, the update on that is it's not necessarily the lawnmower's fault, or the battery's fault, I should say. What I found out is that it's the charging system that's bad, not the actual battery. Because I replaced the battery, and whenever I stopped the lawnmower, I got to jump start it again. So, not good. And neither is this. I messed up on this. So let me redo this. It won't fit up against this wall. So it's underneath warranty. I bought it from Tractor Supply with the extended warranty. So I got to borrow my sister's trailer one of these days soon and just get it done. Hey, Mayo, how you doing? Oh, you're going to see Mission Impossible 7. Oh, awesome, man. That's a sunny Sunday for me at IMAX. Okay. And we're talking about the movie here. The Mission Impossible 7. The new Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs look horrible. I've never even seen any of the stuff, any of the previews for that even. So, okay. Honestly, though, I haven't had time to even look. I did have a large Lego order come in today. I'll admit I've been bad. I was trying to save all of my money for fixing up the shop. But my problem is sometimes I've let certain Lego sets go and I don't get them. And now they cost way too much and I'll never be able to afford them. So I decided to take a break from my break of not buying Legos and go ahead and buy a ton of them. Mission Impossible 8 postponed indefinitely. What's the reason behind that? I mean, if it's doing pretty good. So as far as this is concerned, my surgery date is just coming up really a lot quicker than I ever imagined. Time is definitely getting away from me. We're already almost in the middle of July. So if you guys have the time to join me, and I would appreciate anybody who does, starting this week, I'm going to be live streaming this a couple days during the week. Like I said, I ran out of time and I got to get it done because that surgery is definitely a hard deadline. So I'm thinking Tuesday will be the day that I do this. And let's do this. I know that feeling with the 4K steel books. Well, I've always liked the Mission Impossibles. I don't know why they would pause it unless maybe there's something I don't know. I did hear a rumor, John. John and I text throughout the week, and John was letting me know that Disney's last couple movies haven't done that great at the box office. And so I decided to do some research, and it's only a rumor, but there's a rumor that Apple might be buying Disney. And like I said, it's just a rumor at this point, but I like to read a lot of business articles and keep up on as much as I can. And that's the rumor that's floating, is that Apple is in talks to buy Disney, but I don't know. They may not be. That may just be a rumor. And I'm going to acknowledge that right now because it's not like I have any real knowledge that, I'm not behind the scenes and I don't actually know. But it would be an interesting thing if they did buy it. Like, what would they do with it? And I don't know. I guess I just don't see Apple is being too too much into the theme parks. That'd be kind of weird. But then again, there's a lot they could do with it with their technology too. So I don't know. That'd be interesting if it happened. Can't wait to talk about vintage later, and it's awesome. And Mayo, when you come on here, I'm gonna need, because this is all the space that I have to do stuff in, I'm gonna need probably about a good 10 minutes, maybe even 15, because I gotta clear this off and set up for that. But I will be there. I'll just be a little bit late. I hope you understand. So, and this is where it gets very interesting. Because now I got to make some arrangements here. I got to negotiate this building a little bit better. Okay, so what do I need here? I need a 12, which I did bring some 12s out from the shop. Going to have some good conversation about Paradisa. Yes, we will. And I'm going to bust out my Paradisa. Oh, I thought I heard my camera do something crazy, but it didn't. It's just me. And you know what? I shouldn't have done that. Let me reverse this mistake real quick. There we go. Again, I'm trying to overlap as much as I can because you don't. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you don't want to stay on this stream. Okay. All right. No problem, man. Okay, so now for some interesting things. Yeah, very interesting. I didn't bring it in here. Dang it. Okay, well, I'm going to have to go out to the shop because I left a drawer full of parts that I needed for this. I was out there prepping, and then I realized at last minute, I'm like, oh, boy, and you run in here and start the stream, and then, of course, I didn't bring in the drawer full of parts that I prepped for the show. So I'm going to have to run out there at some point. So what I'm going to do, and let me show you a preview. I'll have to go out, like I said, to get the parts. I purposely measured this, and this fits apart like this. And so because this whole front next level is going to be an observatory, I need to put plates across the whole entire front. And these are perfect because they're spaced just right that they provide the support that I need for that. So I'm very happy with how that worked out. And I don't know about you guys, but just as an off topic, of course, everything I talk about is just about off topic. I really like this sand green color, as Lego calls it. I think it's a very beautiful color, and it is not that hard to get anymore. It's still not maybe as plentiful as some other colors that Lego has, but it used to be very expensive. But it's come down because it's a little more common than it used to be. So I like this color. I think it's great. And if I don't finish this level on camera, unfortunately, the show has got to go on. So I will get it done off camera if I have to. Oh, and I got my large Lego order in the mail today. I got the Ninjago, the new Ninjago City thing. I don't remember what it's called. Sorry. I got the large Lego minifigure thing, the one like the Harry Potter and Hermione and Harry Potter. I like that Harry Potter Hermione, so I got the large figure to go with it. I also got Eldorado's Fortress, which, just as a preview, I do have the Eldorado's Fortress, the original one. I haven't built it, but it's on the floor over here next to me. The bags are. So I will be putting that together. I don't know if that'll be a live stream when I put the old one together, if I'll do it off stream. Most likely, I don't know. I'm thinking it'll be a live stream because I just don't really have time to do it off camera too much. So maybe I'll just include you guys, and then that way you guys can enjoy it with me. But yes, I got Eldorado's Fortress. And I also got the Hogwarts Express, not the big one, the smaller one, the minifigure scale one. And the cool thing about that is Lego has come out with 2 other versions of it. And yes, I do own both of those other versions. So we are going to be able to do, in the review, a comparison side by side. And I really like doing those side by side comparisons. And apparently, majority of you do too, because I've noticed that when I do comparisons like that, those are my the highest viewed videos. Also, actually, I won't give away what the other ones are because I'm not trying to give away everything. But anyway. And I also forgot to mention that I put a little security desk here like I would. Like I said I would, because this is the CEO's offices. So coming off the elevator, there needs to be security on this level. Because you never know, those CEOs might have laid off the wrong person, if you know what I mean. But I can't say anything more than that, because if I use certain terms, YouTube gets angry, and it's liable to block your stuff on here. So I won't go any further than that. Okay, let's let's do this. I got to attach this wall to this one. So let's do that. And then I got to do the row across here. And this has just been, in my opinion, a very fun build. I've really enjoyed this. But I will admit it's not too often that I have the money available to do such a large set like this. But I have enjoyed what I've done. And, well, I've got other large projects in mind, but they won't be Lego sets like this because, plain and simple, I can't afford to shovel out the money for this very often. So I'll have to use the pieces that I already have. But I do have many more custom builds in mind. Let's do this here. Yep, that's the right one. So how are you guys doing this evening? Eddie, weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, anything going on right now for anybody? For me, like I said, my granddaughter had her birthday this week, and also so did my nephew Josh. He's 30-something now. Yeah, I know. I'm almost the end child in my family, so my sisters are way older than me, which means my nieces and nephews are pretty close to my age, some of the older ones, to be honest. So but he had a birthday this week. And I know that Mrs. Chip's sister has a birthday in July as well. I just don't remember what day, and you don't got to reveal that. Please don't reveal that, but I know it's coming up soon or it just happened. And for the month of August, I can't think of anybody in my family's got a birthday in August, so none of that going on. Mrs. Chip and I will. How many years have we been married? So we got married in 90. So we'll be 27 years this year. August is, that's right. I forgot. Mrs. Chip, it's married 26, but it'll be 27 in December. Just think about the year. But anyway, she doesn't want to claim that other year with me. That's what it is. Oh, I did buy the Hocus Pocus set. It did not come in, though, because when I ordered it, when I initially went on to order it, it said it was out of stock, and there was not an option to buy it, even back ordered. And then I signed in the next day, and I guess Lego had figured out that they were going to be getting some soon. So that changed really fast. And when I logged in the next day, they allowed you to order it on back order. So I did order on back order. They did not say when it was going to ship, but that's okay. In May, the Bricklink designer thing, the one that I had like the bowling alley, and I still have the winter chalet or whatever you call it that I need to build down right here in that train station that we did. That was, I think, round 3. So round 4, or the next round, is coming up soon because they had votes on it. When we the votes were in May, so it should be coming out soon. That which ones they chose, and that you can order them. And you've got my word. I'm going to order a couple. I'm not going to think I'm going to order all of them because they are expensive, but I will order a few. I really like those sets. They've never disappointed me so far. And yes, Mrs. Chip is correct. When it comes to Hocus Pocus, I made her a deal because I had enough Bricklink money to buy the first round of sets that I bought. I did not have the money to buy the second round of sets, I can't say sets, set Hocus Pocus. So I told Miss Chip that if she lets me build it on the channel, if we buy it with our money, and then and I got to do this fire escape, and I can't do it when it's on the other side. So let me put it here. Boy, that was tricky. So we bought it. Her and I bought it with our money, and then we're going to go ahead and I'll build it on screen, and then it will become hers when I'm done with doing the review on it. So, all right. Well, it looks like I forgot a few more pieces, but they're just across the way here in the same room. So let me grab those, and then I will do this and come right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I look at the Hocus Pocus deal with Mrs. Chip as one of life's many marriage compromises that you got to make. I'm just kidding. Mrs. Chip was very generous in let me buy it with our money, and she can attest that that's not something that happens very often. I sincerely get most of my money from my Bricklink sales to buy that kind of stuff. But I admit I have not been working on my store as much as I'd like to, so sales are not as good as I'd like them. So, and that's my fault. I'm not blaming anybody but myself. I haven't really purchased a whole lot of sets for resale, except for when my daughter came to me and said she needed some money. So I have been adding inventory lately, but that's why I had a little bit of money, because I added inventory, therefore I had sales. So direct correlation there. Okay. Now let's see. I need to look at the other level here. Okay, so now that I have the other level in my hand, I have an idea what needs to be done. So our next show for my lug is in August, and it's in Evanston, Wyoming. Obviously, I'm going. In fact, I'm definitely going. We're kind of sparse on numbers this time, so it's going to be a tricky trip as far as having the manpower to set everything up. And we decided to go with a smaller display because of it. We still have, I think it's one member who, and he's actually got a lot of stuff. He's like me, he takes up a large part of the area. There's a possibility that he can go. And if he can go, then we'll be good. Let's see, what am I trying to do here? Trying to make a mess is what I'm trying to do. No, I'm just kidding. I'm doing the other side of this. Right here. No. Oh, this is kind of a gross thing to tell you, but it comes to mind. So you guys know that I'm a city boy, trying to fake it till I am a country boy. As they say, fake it until you make it. And anyway, this year we have a fly problem. Last year we had a grasshopper problem, and we had a definitely a yellow jacket problem last year. My goodness, they were relentless last year. But this year we have a different problem. We've got a ton of flies, and I don't know where they came from, why we're having a problem with them. And I do keep the chicken coop clean. In fact, I shoveled it out this week. So, but we just have a ton of flies this year. And part of that problem, it's just really bothersome. I can't even get in the chicken coop to feed them without getting swarmed. Now, flies don't bite. These kind don't. So It's not that big of a deal. It's just annoying. So I went and bought those little fly trap things that you can buy. Those little fly bags where you hang them and you add water. Well, the most disgusting thing. I hung some up yesterday, and 6 hours later, before I went to bed, I checked them, and I hung 3 of these bags, by the way. It's looking like I'm going to need to replace them tomorrow. That's how full they are, these dang flies. And it says on this thing that it kills up to, I think it says 15,000 flies per bag, and these bags are just about done in full. So really gross, but well, you know, it is what it is. I need to grab a piece. There we go. Okay, so now I get to look and see how I did the other one. And that's not how I did it. So let me do it right. Oh, what's the footprint of this mod? It is 64 studs by 64 studs is the bottom level. But it's getting smaller on each one of the climbs, or what do you want to call it? Each time it goes up a little bit, it gets smaller. This is the 4th level that I'm working on, so it's definitely changed and made its mark. So let's ooh, I didn't plan that very well. Let's do this here. So I need to add a couple of more of these panel things here. And by the time this is done, I don't even know how tall it's going to be yet. But this has mainly been built because I'm part of a lug that we do usually about one show a month. And the first problem we had was filling up the city like horizontally. Now that we pretty much got the horizontal part, I'm trying to go a little vertical and add some depth with some taller buildings. And yes, I have been working on the hotel, the Grand Lion Hotel. I'm almost done with the 3rd level all the way around. So that's coming along. Okay. And this part's tricky because you got to line everything up to get it to go. So I need to remove this other level off of here because it's in the way now. So I will admit I was kind of hoping that I wouldn't have to go out to the shop and grab the pieces that I forgot that's in that bucket. But I'm almost to the point where that just needs to happen because I don't have enough pieces here to keep going much longer. So I'm going to have to step out and do that. I'll probably be gone about 2 or 3 minutes, which I apologize in advance for that, but that is what happens when you're about as scatterbrained as I am, which I am very scatterbrained. I'm not even going to try to play that off. I just am. All right. Well, I can do a little bit more here before I need to run out there. So let me get done just as much as I can before I run out there. Okay, you could use a 10 on that. Do I have a 10? I don't think I do. I don't. So we're going to combine pieces here. And I love being able to do this right here because that's what shores it up. Now, I wasn't originally going to do this, but I'm going to actually, I'm going to break rank here and do this anyway. I'm going to add some structural support in here. So let's do that. All right. Well, I'm at the point, guys. I got no choice. I got to run out there, grab those pieces because of my lack of remembering. So let me go ahead and head on out there and take care of this. I'll be back in about 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. I do apologize for that. But that's a necessary evil. So I brought back the pieces that I'm going to need to there we go. And I'm going to need a second one right there. So let's get that front part done. Yeah, let's secure this down. Okay, so this is part of the observation deck here. And like I said, it's a little tricky. It requires some ingenuity. Okay, so this requires this here because the odd shape that it is, or the odd shape that it is here. All right, so oh snap! I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but it did. Okay, well, I hit a snag. I'll have to figure that out later. There we go. There's that. And like I said, I know I'm not finishing this on camera today. And that's okay. I'm going to just get it done before the next live stream. Like what I said, it'll probably be on Tuesday. And we're just going to go ahead and start doing a lot more of these because, again, my surgery upcoming, I got to get it done. Okay, so here we have this. I think what I'm going to do is just, I'll dig up the tiles and slide this over a little bit so that it's not in conflict with this. All right. Because the thing is, I need bricks going across here so that there's support for the upper level. And yeah, I'm just gonna have to move it, which I will. I'll do that off camera. Okay, so we got about 5 minutes left. So what I'm going to do is just kind of explain the next steps. There will be the observation platform here, which means the next level is going to start a little bit recessed back. And on the level above that, we're going to have another observation deck over here. So like I said, we're slowly getting smaller. The other idea that I've had is putting maybe an observation deck on this side and just losing an elevator. So that way it just kind of, like I said, just keeps getting smaller and smaller as we go up. I admit I don't have everything even nearly planned out on this. Let's see. Let's go with the 12 piece here. And I've got some 12s. There we go. Let's do this. Oh, that's your live stream, Mayo. Yes. All right. If you guys need to follow that link over to Mayo's. His stream starts here in about 4 minutes. And let's see. Like I said, I'm just gonna move that support beam. And as Pee Wee Herman would have said, I meant to do that. All right. Okay, so the support beam has been moved. It is out of the way. And I will use Technic across here so that way I can pin two pieces together and have it expand, go across this like I need it to. So, all right, guys, I'm going to end it here. It's a good spot to end. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn on all notifications, and leave me a comment below. Also, don't forget, I do have a Bricklink shop. The link is in the description. If you're going to buy pieces off of Bricklink anyway, I'd appreciate if you check out my store first and buy from me, because that is what supports this channel. All right, guys, be good to each other. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on my next video.